Hi all, I am Gaurav. Welcome to Introduction to Scala. I'm starting this series with an intent of sharing my Scala knowledge. So today we are going to have a look at Scala REPL. The easiest way to start with Scala is through its REPL. REPL stands for Read, Evaluate, Print, Loop. REPL reads the user input, evaluates it, and prints the result. In order to start REPL, we need to open the console and type Scala. So let me open the console here. You can see that as soon as you type Scala, REPL will show you a bit of information about version of Scala installed on the system. Now let's start with our Scala programming. The first step to start any programming language is to start with Hello World. This is very simple in Scala. We just have to tell the console that we want to print Hello World, and the REPL immediately evaluates it, prints it out. You can observe that apart from printing Hello World, there is some additional information available here. We will go through this information in a bit. Now, this is one way of printing Hello World. Another way is to assign it to a variable and print that variable. Let's try out that as well. I have assigned a value Hello World to a val hello. REPL immediately reads it, evaluates it. So let's take a step back to understand the information available on the screen. REPL has evaluated our last expression and printed the information about our newly created variable. The Scala REPL prints out the name of the variable, that is hello, then type of the variable, that is string, and the value stored in the variable, that is hello world. Even though I have told that we are printing hello world on the screen, but that is not the case. Until now, we have just declared the variable with the string value hello world. Let's go back to our initial expression. Um, Here, Scala REPL has taken the value and automatically assigned it to a system generated val. Similar to our second expression, the Scala REPL print out the name of the val. This is a system generated val res0. Then the type of variable, that is string, and followed by the value of the variable, that is hello world. Note that this system generated val are only an advantage for testing code in REPL. Variable names are not created in the production code. Now to print hello world, we have to execute the print command. Let's do that. So let me pass the val name here. It has printed the hello world. Um, Let me pass the system generated variable to print command. So we have printed our first hello world. You might have noticed missing semicolons in our code, but it is still having a but it still have a boilerplate code such as specifying the type of variable. Scala can clean up this Scala can clean this up via type inference. We can create a val in here with the value hello Scala infer my type. The REPL will provide the same kind of output as earlier, showing that it has indeed inferred the type of variable type as string. Let's try to understand Scala hierarchy to better understand this type inference. Here's a diagram about Scala unified type system, which is simply means that all values in Scala are object inherited from Scala any. From there you can see that there's a deviation between value objects and reference objects. Scala.anyval and Scala.anyref respectively. To predict the type inference, Scala attempts to find out the highest common factor of all the items being returned or assigned. For example, if you create a method that returns string and a Scala list, then the greatest common factor between A list and a string would be Scala.any_ref. The compiler will infer the same, but if you know the return type, it is always advisable to mention the return type as it enhances the readability of the code. Now that we know about REPL, we have successfully printed Hello World, and we know about Scala inference hierarchy. It's time to exit the REPL. In order to exit the REPL, you have to type :q, and that would exit your REPL. I'm back to the terminal and I will exit the terminal. Thanks for watching. Please post your comments and suggestions.